Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
10 most romantic ideas for a date. Candlelit dinner. Candlelit dinner. Candlelit dinner. So our first idea is candlelit dinner. Or in English, candlelit dinner. Uso pa ba ngayon ang date na candlelit dinner? Uso pa ba ngayon ang date na candlelit dinner? Is a candlelit dinner still a popular idea for a date? I don't know. Is it?
I think so.
I don't know. We haven't done candlelit dinner. I think, personally for me, I don't like it when I eat in very, like, dimly lit.
Really?
I like eating, like, in dimly lit restaurants, but not, like, super dark, especially when it's just, like, a very small candle.
It doesn't.
No,
need
because
to
of
be.
my eyes, I think. Because I need more light.
But usually candlelit dinner is not just candle.
No, but there are some places like that, right? Like, for instance, you eat out in, like, in open spaces, and then they have this. Because it's really, even at home sometimes, like, Svetlin just wants to turn on, like, one of the lamps in the living room. But then to me, it's like, I cannot see my food. I want to see my food. So I turn on everything. I go,
Parang barbecue on camping.
yeah, I don't want to be, I cannot see my food. So, I don't know. But to some people, of course, this is, like, very romantic. And I think it's a very romantic thing because you are prettier, more handsome in the dark. I think that's the purpose of candlelit dinner, right? You have to agree with me. Yes. See? Maglakad ng malayo ng magkasama. Maglakad ng malayo ng magkasama. To go for a long walk. Maglakad ng malayo ng magkasama. To go for a long walk. Masayang maglakad ng malayo ng magkasama. Masayang maglakad ng malayo ng magkasama. It's fun to go on a long walk together. I think this is true because I remember when me and Svetlin are still flirting with each other. We walked for 3 hours. Or I think just because he doesn't have money. He's so poor. Hi, person. So I think but actually this is very good because walking together makes you fit and then makes you more, makes you talk more to each other, right? So then you can have, like, really good conversations while you're talking, and then you see different things, you see different people. You're just, like, very, invigorated while you're walking. But at the same time also because you don't have money, I think. Right? Yes, that means if your partner wants to walk so much, that means it's a very practical partner, right? And also a very poor partner.
Poor but healthy.
Poor and healthy, yeah. So this person will live very long. Prepare to walk for very long. Mag-bowling. Mag-bowling. To go bowling. Mag-bowling. Or to go bowling. Imbitahin natin ang iba pang kaibigan para mag-bowling. Imbitahin natin ang iba pang kaibigan para mag-bowling. Let's invite some friends to go bowling. Bowling is actually much more fun if you go there with friends, right? Then because you feel, like, very competitive, you just want to beat your friends, beat them to the dust, right?
You could use your bowling ball for that.
Yeah. But I'm never good at bowling. Yeah, so...
It's still fun.
Yeah, but it's really fun even if you're not good at it. It's not so expensive also, right? So it's a good idea for a date, actually, because then you both get fit, you see each other, like, having fun, and then it's not so expensive. Very good. Pumunta sa aquarium. Pumunta sa aquarium. To go to the aquarium. Pumunta sa aquarium. To go to the aquarium. Maraming taong pumupunta sa aquarium para mag-date. Maraming taong pumupunta sa aquarium para mag-date. There are a lot of people going on a date to the aquarium. Have you been for a date?
Not really a date. I'm still a friend thing.
Yeah, I don't actually, I like seeing fish. I like eating fish. But I'm not like the type of person to actively go to an aquarium for a date. I think
Maybe it's also like kind of dark and like the water is like.
I am moving. It's very romantic, and then again in the dark, you are both like more handsome and prettier, right? And then, yeah,
Or at least you feel like you're prettier than
the fish,
The fish.
especially if it's a jellyfish or it's a blowfish. No, I think for many people, I think especially if you watch Japanese dramas, right? There's always like some scene in the aquarium, right? So, yeah, so probably I think it's a very, especially if it's a pretty aquarium, but if it's like a not so clean looking aquarium, probably not a good place to bring your date to. So choose your aquariums. Pumunta sa opera. Pumunta sa opera. To go to the opera. Pumunta sa opera. Or, to go to the opera. Mahilig si Maria sa opera songs, kaya pumunta sila ni Ibarra sa opera. Mahilig si Maria sa opera songs, kaya pumunta sila ni Ibarra sa opera. Maria likes opera songs. That's why she and Ibarra went to the opera. But in the Philippines, we don't have so much. There are theaters, of course, right? We can go to the theater, watch a play, right? See
musical.
Musical. But opera, we don't really have opera. But before, I think in the history, you had like zarzuela, like really old types of opera, zarzuela or vaudeville, right? Those kinds of older ones. But they're not really being done now, I think. So, yeah, so those old songs. So that's why probably Maria likes opera songs, because it reminds her of her because Maria and Ibarra are Maria Clara actually. And Ibarra are characters from a novel by our national hero Jose Rizal. And yeah, they like opera songs. Pumunta sa zoo. Pumunta sa zoo. To go to the zoo. Pumunta sa zoo. To go to the zoo. Pumunta kami sa zoo sa Kenya. Pumunta kami sa zoo sa Kenya. We went to a zoo in Kenya. Wow, they're very rich. You go to Kenya and just go to a zoo. Right? I haven't been to Kenya. I wish I could go to Kenya. I think it would be really, really exciting to go to Kenya. But if you don't have money, and you're already in the Philippines, there's so many zoos in there, right? Manila Zoo is one big zoo.
Wildlife.
Yeah, Parks and Wildlife in Quezon City, right? And where else?
If you're in Bohol, you go see Tarsier.
Yeah, so see Tarsier if you're in Bohol. And we have so much like fauna, right? So much to see in the Philippines. You will look at very cute animals, scary animals.
And why do you think it's romantic to?
But I don't know also. I don't know. Let's ask people. Why is it romantic to go to the zoo? Please let us know. Mag-picnic. Mag-picnic. To have a picnic. Mag-picnic. Or to have a picnic. Masayang mag-picnic kasama ang ibang kaibigan. Masayang mag-picnic kasama ang ibang kaibigan. It's enjoyable to have a picnic with friends. This is a very good idea, I think. Right? Then because I think if you're just like in the beginning of your dating, then you can see how this girl or this guy interacts with your friends. And it's a good, I think it helps you understand more if you're really going to be like good with this person, like good together with this person or not.
It's judgment time.
Yeah, and then at the same time, this is very affordable. Picnic is very affordable. Just like bring some stuff to eat, enjoy the weather, and then just have nice conversations with your friends, right? So I think it's a very good idea.
And bring the guitar.
Yeah, and then in the Philippines, actually, you bring a guitar because everyone likes to sing, right? And then just someone would be playing music and then you start singing, right? That's very, very nice. Then where can you have a picnic? Luneta Park, Quezon City Circle. And Luneta Park, you can have a very nice picnic there. But usually I go there with, I think, there were some mornings when I was a kid that Papa would just bring us all, me, Gilio, Mama, Eric. And then he would just take us to Parks and Wildlife and just have some picnic there. But usually we only have plantains. It's his favorite. He just boiled plantains and then we have it in the car and we're like, are we going to eat anywhere? And he will say, here's plantain. Maghapunan at manood ng pelikula. Maghapunan at manood ng pelikula. To have dinner and see a movie. Maghapunan at manood ng pelikula. To have dinner and see a movie. Magandang ideya ba ng date ang maghapunan at manood ng pelikula? Magandang ideya ba ng date ang maghapunan at manood ng pelikula? Is having dinner and seeing a movie a good idea for a date? This is a usual idea for a date, right? This is like what most people would do for a date. Now, I think if you're in a relationship for a long time, but if you're just starting, then you go first to a dinner and then you go to a movies, right? Go to the movies because then again it's dark and then everyone is like much more beautiful people in dark places. Okay, so this is a very common idea for a first date. I think it's very good idea, very safe. If you don't want anything like adventurous, anything that will like surprise your date so much and make him scared, right? Go for it. Sumakay ng ferry. Sumakay ng ferry. To take a ferry ride. Sumakay ng ferry. To take a ferry ride. Sumakay ng ferry si Jerry at Cherry para ipagdiwang ang kanilang ika-4 na taong anibersaryo. Sumakay ng ferry si Jerry at Cherry para ipagdiwang ang kanilang ika-4 na taong anibersaryo. Jerry and Cherry took a ferry ride to celebrate their 4-year anniversary. I think Jerry and Cherry are meant to be together.
And they're meant to
be in a ferry. Yeah, so if your name is Jerry and Cherry, then it's time to take a ferry, right? I think it's also a very romantic thing to do. Get on a ferry and then have like a cruise. I think there is like a ferry going to this small island near Manila. Maglakad sa beach. Maglakad sa beach. To walk on the beach. Maglakad sa beach. Or to walk on the beach. Nakita ko si Nino at Ninya na naglalakad sa beach habang magkahawak ng kamay. Nakita ko si Nino at Ninya na naglalakad sa beach habang magkahawak ang kamay. I saw Nino and Ninya walking on the beach while holding hands.
Aren't they like siblings?
No, I think they're just meant to be together. So again, if your name is Nino and Ninya and you're not siblings, you're meant to be together. Let's just make it clear, right? Yeah. And then you can walk along the beach, right? Holding hands. But this is also but if you're in the beach, right? With your, on the beach, with your girlfriend or boyfriend or any other loved one, it's time to hold their hands. And be romantic.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
10 ways to remember words. So, knowing how to remember words will actually help us learn Filipino better and faster. So, let's go to the first way. So, the first way is sa pamamagitan ng pag-uulit. Through repetition. mas maaalala mo ang mga salita sa pamamagitan ng pag-uulit. You will remember the words better through repetition. Repeating stuff to yourself is actually very helpful. So even when you're reviewing for exams, that's how many people actually get to remember words. And one tip, if you're going to review or try to remember words or things that you just want to do, better study them before you go to bed. Do you know that? So the next way is manood ng TV series na may subtitle. To watch TV series with subtitles. 3 beses sa isang araw ako nanonood ng TV series na may subtitle para matuto ng Filipino. I watch TV series with subtitles 3 times a day in order to learn Filipino. For instance, because I'm learning Japanese now, so I also watch lots of dramas or anime, of course. And then you have subtitles there, and then you hear words, you begin to associate words with the English words that you see in the subtitle. So sort of like you get the idea of what these words mean. And then of course you have to check them if they are really what you think they are. And then by hearing them again and again, and then again through repetition, you will eventually learn these words much easier. The third way is magsanay sa pamamagitan ng pagsusulat. To practice by writing. Magaling si Lenny sa balarila dahil siya ay laging nagsasanay magsulat sa Filipino. Lenny is good at grammar because she always practices by writing in Filipino. I think this is very important to distinguish. It's very important to distinguish between spoken Filipino and written Filipino. So in our example sentence, Lenny, this girl, is better in grammar because she always practices by writing. Because in written Filipino is actually a lot more formal than spoken Filipino. So if you want to really learn the formal Filipino, then the best way for you to learn it is to practice it by writing. So the next is magbasa ng malakas. To read out loud. Basahin mo ng malakas ang mga salita. In English, read the words out loud. So why would it actually help? Because it's like you're saying it and then you're hearing it at the same time. Yeah, because sometimes if you're just like trying to read something and you just try to remember things, you cannot really, you can remember, but of course it's different when you start speaking it out loud. So that's why when you attend, say, language classes, there are classes just for reading, right? And for speaking. So you can also build confidence when you speak. So you know how the words are spoken. Next is, gumawa ng mga kwento. To make up stories. It doesn't mean that you should be gossiping or lying and making up stories about people, no. This means, let's hear the example sentence. Gumawa ka ng kwento tungkol sa iyong mga karanasan sa Filipino. Make up stories about your experiences in Filipino. You can pretend that you've been to the Philippines, right? And then just write things about, what I will do in the Philippines is if I'm going there, or if I already went there, what I would have done. So you can just invent things that, just to practice. So I remember when I was in university, I was learning Italian. And one of the things that we were always asked to write is just little paragraphs about what you do in a day, just to practice using different words every day and just getting used to writing things in that language. It actually helps really a lot. But I forgot my Italian already. So. Next is, lumikha ng ugnayan ng mga salita. To create associations between words. Lumilikha ako ng ugnayan ng mga salita para hindi ko makalimutan. I create associations of words in order not to forget them. So I think this is very useful in Filipino since in Filipino there are many words that sound similar but are actually different. They mean differently. So for instance, you want to say wet in Filipino, then you would say basa. But it also, the same 4 letters you would use to say read, which is basa. So it's just different way of pronouncing the words. In a way, it makes it difficult. But Also, you can get like 2 ideas of those 4 letters together, right? So when you see BASA, you immediately associate it with either getting wet or reading a book, which is kind of like really far, but at least you immediately like get 2 words at once. And I don't really make fun of your language, so it's fine because everyone speaks like kind of casual. Unless you're writing, then of course, then you don't need to worry about pronunciation, but you have to worry about your grammar. Next is, magkabisa sa pamamagitan ng pakikinig. To memorize by listening. Magaling ang pandinig ni Kay dahil kaya niyang kabisaduhin ang salita kahit sa pamamagitan ng pakikinig lamang. Kay has good ears because she can memorize words just by listening. So some people can actually really remember words just by listening, but it depends on the language. So for instance, in Filipino, it's actually kind of easy to remember things by hearing. But say you're learning Chinese or Japanese, right? Then just by hearing, you cannot really easily remember the meaning of the words unless you also check the meaning of how it's written. So, but in Filipino, it's kind of easier to really understand the meaning of words just by listening, and especially by understanding the context. Next is, magbasa ng simpleng mga babasahin. To read simple texts. Kapag may pagsasalin, subukan mong basahin ang mga simpleng babasahin sa Filipino kaysa sa Ingles. If there's a translation, try to read simple texts in Filipino rather than in English. It's actually for more practice. So, because sometimes when you have textbooks, right, there's always an English version of it and the version of the language that you're studying. So, sometimes it helps if you go first, read the word in the target language, and then you read the English, because you can sort of first guess what it means and then check if you actually got the meaning. And that's actually very helpful. And I say actually a lot. Next is, makinig ng kanta na may lyrics. To listen to songs with lyrics. Maraming magagandang kantang Filipino na may lyrics na mapapakinggan sa YouTube. There are a lot of nice songs with lyrics in Filipino that you can listen to on YouTube. Why there are so many songs with lyrics in Filipino? Because Filipinos like to do karaoke. Or in Filipino, videoke. Actually, that's how we say it, videoke. Videoke. Because we like doing this karaoke a lot. So there's so many places where you can go to do karaoke, right? And then even on days that you don't want to do karaoke, people are still doing karaoke. Your neighbors are still singing. Everyone is singing. It's everyone's birthday every day. So there's always going to be someone singing around you. Next is, ulitin bago matulog. To repeat before going to sleep. Ulitin mo bago matulog ang mga salitang natutunan mo. Repeat the words you've learned before going to sleep. This is actually very, very helpful because now I'm learning how to bike. I was gifted a bike for my birthday because I was told that I need to learn a new skill. And then every evening, I actually practice it. And then one of my friends said, you should study something or practice something before going to bed. And then after you practice this, don't do anything anymore. So don't look at your phone, don't read anything. If you want this information to be retained in your mind and in your body, if it's like an activity. So actually, learning how to bike every evening helped me a lot. So now I can bike. The top 10 phrases you'll need for a date. Gusto mo bang kumain sa labas ng magkasama? Gusto mo bang kumain sa labas ng magkasama? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? The first phrase or sentence that you would need is, gusto mo bang kumain sa labas ng magkasama? In English, would you like to go out to dinner with me? Yeah, it's a bit too formal. But I think that's how it should be, right? Like, because dates are serious things. So first you have to introduce yourself. I would assume that this is already by the time that they are friends, right? Then you would say, oh, would you like to go out to dinner with me? Would you like to have drinks? Blah, blah. Snacks. Or if this girl's a tita, you would say, would you like to have tea with me? Libre ka ba sa katapusan ng linggo? Libre ka ba sa katapusan ng linggo? Are you free this weekend? Libre ka ba sa katapusan ng linggo? Are you free this weekend? Probably that's when his salary is going to come. That's why he's asking you this weekend. But I think it's a good time for everyone, weekends, right? Unless they work on the weekends, then it might be hard. Or you can say, are you free this evening? Right? Then you would say, libre ka ba? Mamayang gabi, or bukas ng gabi. Mamayang gabi meaning later tonight, or bukas ng gabi meaning tomorrow night, right? So it's libre ka ba sa, and then your time or the date when you want. You can be specific, say on Friday the 13th or something like that, right? November 1, right? December 25. So, are you free this weekend, or are you free tomorrow, or are you free this Saturday? Gusto mo bang lumabas ng magkasama? Gusto mo bang lumabas ng magkasama? Would you like to hang out with me? Gusto mo bang lumabas ng magkasama? Would you like to hang out with me? Probably this guy doesn't have money this time because he just like to hang out. Or no? I think because because it's not about dinner, right? Or it's just like hanging out. What do you mean? What do you really mean when you say hang out? I'm this like a question. I always think like, oh yeah, hang out. If you say you want to go out somewhere, it usually means the mall, because the mall is place with air conditioner. Ang cute mo sobra. Ang cute mo sobra. You are so cute. Ang cute mo sobra, which means you are so cute. Ang cute mo sobra. When you're already together and you find each other too cute, right? And that's when you say, oh, you're so cute, I'm so gigil. Gigil is like this feeling that you feel that you cannot like contain because this person is so cute. I combine this word with kilig. Kilig is like this feeling. Now it's in the Oxford Dictionary, kilig, so you can search for it. Yes. So it's part of now the Oxford Dictionary. So kilig is like this feeling. To describe it's like this feeling that you feel when you're in love, right? Anyway, so we have this word kilig and then gigil. And I usually combine kilig gigil. Which is like, you're so kilig, that's why you're so gigil. Do you understand? Yeah. So it's kilig gigil. That's a new word for you. Ang ganda mo. Ang ganda mo. You look great. Ang ganda mo. That sounded sarcastic. Again, ang ganda mo. Ang ganda mo. You look great. So, if you're really like going on a date with this person and you see this person like looking so pretty or so handsome, then you can say, ang ganda mo or ang guwapo mo, right? For males. Guwapo is handsome. Yeah, not necessarily males, a kind of like masculine figure. But that's still like dichotomy, right? It's hard. Philippine languages, there are words that are not gendered, but there are like adjectives that are very gendered. So you can just say in English, you look great. Mi amore. No, that's Italian. Tatawagan kita. Tatawagan kita. I'll call you. Tatawagan kita. Tatawagan kita. I'll call you. It's like a job.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you. I'm sorry. You didn't get the job. It can mean like, I'm going to call you when you get home. I'm going to call you before you sleep. I'm going to call you in the morning. So, kita is like a combined pronoun for me to you, something like that. So, it's almost literally like, I'm going to make a call from me to you, right? That's how it means. Ipag-drive na kita pauwi. Ipag-drive na kita pauwi. I will drive you home. Ipag-drive na kita pauwi. Ipag-drive na kita pauwi. I will drive you home. So this is if your boyfriend or girlfriend has a car to drive you home. Otherwise, you would have to walk home. No, you need a train. Get on the train, endure like a so long wait in the train, finally get home. I don't know, so hard. No, or you can take a cab. I mean,
Uber.
If you're an independent woman, do you need to be driven? No. Or your own bike. I have my own bike. Yeah. Anong oras tayo magkikita bukas? Anong oras tayo magkikita magkikita bukas? What time shall we meet tomorrow? Anong oras tayo magkikita bukas? Anong oras tayo magkikita bukas? What time shall we meet tomorrow? You already asked the person, do you want to hang out with me? The person said yes. Then now you would schedule the time. Because you have to be on time. Because you have to make good impressions, right? Because otherwise, sorry. So, how do you answer this? You can say, oh, let's meet at 9 a.m. If you're going for to jog together, right? That's also a good activity, like a couple activity, right? Or you can say, let's meet at 7 p.m. for dinner. So you would say, magkita tayo ng alas 7 ng gabi. Or in English, let's meet at 7 p.m. Pwede ba kitang makita muli? Pwede ba kitang makita muli? Can I see you again? Pwede ba kitang makita muli? Pwede ba kitang makita muli? Can I see you again? No. So, yeah. Can I see you again? It's like you're asking for a second date, right? So after you get done the first date, then things are okay, you had a great evening, you can say, oh, can I see you again? Pwede ba kitang makita muli? What time shall we meet then tomorrow if you decide to have it tomorrow? Pwede ba tayong pumunta sa ibang lugar? Pwede ba tayong pumunta sa ibang lugar? Shall we go somewhere else? Pwede ba tayong pumunta sa ibang lugar? Pwede ba tayong pumunta sa ibang lugar? Shall we go somewhere else? So, what do you mean when you say go somewhere else? You have to be specific. Probably you're just bored of the place where you're always going to. Or you want to go somewhere else, if you know what I mean. So it's up to you. You can use this. Go. Go ahead and multiply. Go. Malls in the Philippines are so fun.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
The top 10 phrases your parents always say. So let's see what your parents usually say to you. Mag-ingat ka. Mag-ingat ka. Be careful. So usually your parents will say this to you if you are leaving the house, or usually send you a text, oh, be careful. Or sometimes they will jokingly say, mag-ingat sila sa'yo. In English, they should be careful of you because you are a danger to society. Look at you. Tumahimik ka. Tumahimik ka. Be quiet. So, usually, if you're very loud, your parents will tell this to you. Your mom might be mad because you said something, or you're just talking back, right? And then she would say, tumahimik ka. Or just sometimes you're just very talkative, and your mom is watching TV, some soap opera, she will say, tumahimik ka. Magtino ka nga. Magtino ka nga. Behave. The weight of the meaning in Filipino is kind of different in English, right? Because in English, you would just say, okay, behave. But in Filipino, it's as if you did something really bad. Just if you watch many, say, family dramas or very dramatic movies, Filipino movies, there's always the scene where the dad is telling the kid, magtino ka nga. Gawin mo ang iyong takdang aralin. Gawin mo ang iyong takdang aralin. Do your homework. This is very useful, and this is something that you would always hear from your parents, especially if you have a helicopter mom, right? Helicopter mom is like those moms that are usually over... This is real. Helicopter parenting is a parent who pays extremely close attention to a child or children's experiences and problem, particularly at educational institutions. You know, those kinds of parents who are always waiting. Actually, my mom was like that. No, she's not a helicopter mom, but she's always waiting outside the school, waiting for me to come out of the school. I think my mom just hangs out there because she has many friends. Doesn't really care. Matulog ka na. Matulog ka na. Go to bed. I actually go to bed earlier than my mom, so I tell her, let's go to bed because I just want to sleep. I don't know what she's doing. this is a very common phrase that I hear between my mom and my sister. Because my sister, I don't know, she watches so much telenovelas in the evening. Magbibilang ako hanggang 3. Magbibilang ako hanggang 3. I'm going to count to 3. But my mom just counts to 1. I don't know if she's really good at counting, but she just counts to 1 and they're like, pa, right? Tumigil ka. Tumigil ka. Stop. I don't know, it's a common thing to hear from your mom. Because I know she's just always irritated. She's always irritated. You do something and then she's like, tumigil ka. You do something, tumigil ka, right? I remember my sister's always initiating fights. Not me. She's always starting the fight. And she just bites. And when she starts biting, I'm just like, no, I'm out. I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. Anong sinabi mo? Anong sinabi mo? What did you say? When you say something a bit like, they didn't like it, when you say it or how you said it, the words you use, they would say, what did you say? But I think they just have a problem with their hearing. Hindi ako nagbibiro. Hindi ako nagbibiro. I'm not kidding. Yeah, you should understand this when she says this. And usually she's not kidding. Because she's always like, I'm not kidding. If you don't stop this, right? Hindi ako nagbibiro. Kung hindi ka tumigil, kung hindi ka titigil, blah, 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 blah. Then, a long list of the stuff that she won't do or she would do, depending, right? She won't do, for instance, she won't like cook anymore or she won't help you with your homework or stuff like that. Moms are always not kidding. Patayin mo na ang TV. Kung hindi, patayin mo na ang TV. Kung hindi, turn the TV off now, or else. So that is the same thing, the same scenario that I was talking about when she says, I'm not kidding, or else. Because there's always an or else, right? So, turn off the TV or turn off the PC, right? Patayin mo na ang TV, patayin mo na ang PC. Or else, kung hindi, and then a list of things that she would do or she won't do. 10 ways to save the planet in Filipino. Magboluntaryo to volunteer. Magboluntaryo to volunteer. Pagkatapos ng sakuna, maraming oportunidad para magboluntaryo. After a disaster, there are a lot of opportunities to volunteer. Protektahan to protect. Protektahan. Which means to protect. Kailangan nating protektahan ang mga nanganganib na uri ng hayop. In English, we need to protect endangered species. Actually, in Filipino, we use lots of English words. So we can say, kailangan nating protektahan ang mga endangered species. Mag-reuse to reuse. Mag-reuse to reuse. Ang pag-reuse ay isang paraan ng pagtitipid. In English, reusing is one way of saving. Pangalagaan, to conserve. Pangalagaan, which means to conserve. In Filipino, pangalagaan natin ang mga likas na yaman. Let's conserve natural resources. Magbawas ng basura, to reduce trash. Magbawas ng basura, to reduce trash. Kailangan magbawas ng basura ang mga industriya. Industries need to reduce their wastes. Don't say it as mga. Say it as mga. Pangalagaan ang kalikasan. To care for the environment. Pangalagaan ang kalikasan. To care for the environment. Pangalagaan natin ang kalikasan para sa susunod na henerasyon. Take care of the environment for future generations. Which is actually true. Gumamit ng mga produktong eco-friendly. To use eco-friendly products. Gumamit ng mga produktong eco-friendly, which means to use eco-friendly products. Ang pagdala ng tote bag sa pamimili sa grocery ay isang paraan ng paggamit ng produktong eco-friendly. Bringing a tote bag to the grocery store is a way of using eco-friendly products. Magtipid ng tubig, to conserve water. Magtipid ng tubig, to to conserve water. Dapat tayong magtipid ng tubig dahil hindi lahat ay may sapat na tubig. Beware. We need to conserve water because not everyone has sufficient water. Bumuo ng parke. To build parks. Bumuo ng parke. To build parks. Isang magandang ideya ang bumuo ng parke sa gitna ng lungsod. It's a good idea to build a park in the center of the city. Gumamit ng pampublikong transportasyon. To use public transportation. Gumamit ng pampublikong transportasyon. To use public transportation. Gumamit tayo ng pampublikong transportasyon para mabawasan ang CO2 emissions. Let's use public transportation to reduce CO2 emissions.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Kamusta? Kamusta? How are you? So the first word is, how are you? In Filipino, kamusta? So this is very useful when you pass by someone, you want to know how they are, right? Or to just want to ask someone how they are. At ikaw? At ikaw. And you? At ikaw? Or in English, and you? How do you usually respond when people ask you, how are you? And you? So if you are trying to avoid answering this question, you can ask, at ikaw? Or, and you? Probably you're like feeling too tired from work or something, right? Or you can, like casually, more people would say, ikaw. Or just simply, ikaw. It all means, and you. So it's a kind of like a nice gesture if someone asks you, how are you? And then you want to ask the same question because you just want to be nice. Kamusta ka naman kamakailan? Kamusta ka naman kamakailan? How have you been recently? So if you want to be more specific about asking them how they are in a certain period of time, you can ask, kamusta ka naman kamakailan? Or, how have you been recently? So probably you would have friends that would have gone to vacation or would have found a new job or would have graduated from university, which is only. And then you can ask them, how have you been recently? Mabuti ako. Mabuti ako. I'm fine. So how do you answer all these how are you questions and variations of how are you? First, you can say, if you are really feeling this, mabuti ako or I'm fine. Of course, you can say it if you're not fine, right? I mean, if you just want to like, because sometimes when you say, I'm not so okay, I'm feeling a bit down, then they would ask you more things. But sometimes if you don't want to answer any of these things, but you are not fine, you can still say, I'm fine. But in Filipino, you ask people like, how are you because you want to know how they are. Or we don't really say this as a greeting. Okay naman ako. Okay naman ako. I'm not bad. Aside from I'm fine, how can you respond to how are you? You can say, okay naman ako, or I'm not bad. So if you are feeling like saying that you are not so fine, but you are also not fine, you can say, well, I'm not bad. It's okay. Everything's cool. But I'm crying inside. I'm dead inside. Okay. Inaantok ako. Inaantok ako. I'm sleepy. If you're feeling sleepy, you can say, inaantok ako, or I'm sleepy. After lunch, usually that's the time when you feel this, like, you're really like sleepy. Even though you have lots of work, you're feeling sleepy, or sometimes you don't have lots of work, you're feeling sleepy. So, you can say it. It's valid, it's okay. Just don't say it to your boss. I don't think, if your boss asks you, how are you? I'm sleepy. Oh, that's not really good. Well, probably you should go home, not come back anymore. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. That's how it will go, right? Masama ang pakiramdam ko. Masama ang pakiramdam ko. I'm feeling bad. Or if you are not feeling so well, you can say, masama ang pakiramdam ko. Or, I'm feeling bad. So, you can say this if you have a bit of cold, for instance, or your stomach is upset, or what else? Or you have a broken heart, like those kinds of things. So if you want to say that you're feeling bad, you say, masama ang pakiramdam ko. Okay ako. Okay ako. I'm okay. But what if you're just fine? What if you're just okay, but you don't want to say, I'm fine? Or mabuti naman ako, or ayos naman ako. You can also say casually, okay ako. Which is very casual. Very simple, okay ako. Okay na okay ako. Okay na okay ako. I'm great. If you want to say that you are really doing great, then you can say, okay na okay ako. You would have to note that in Filipino, when you repeat words, it, what's it called? It's like, it's a superlative version of the adjective, kind of. But it's not. But it's kind of like amps up the impact of the adjective. So it's equivalent to very. So you would say, okay na okay ako, meaning I'm super duper okay, right? Or if you're really, for instance, sleepy, you would say, antok na antok ako, instead of just saying antok ako, right? Salamat sa pagtatanong. Salamat sa pagtatanong. Thank you for asking. And for instance, you were feeling bad, and then this person that asked you, how are you, made you feel happy, then you can say, thank you for asking, or salamat sa pagtatanong. Because of course, you felt happy that someone asked you, especially if you're feeling bad.
Pwede ba akong makakuha ng mapa? Could I get a map? Pwede ba akong makakuha ng mapa? Pwede ba akong makakuha ng mapa? Could I get a map? If you don't wanna use up your roaming on your Google Maps, there's always maps in the tourist information guide. Or actually, in bookstores, you could also buy maps if you need them. Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Do you speak English? Here's another phrase you might wanna learn. Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Do you speak English? Well, perhaps the answer to this is maybe perhaps yes. I don't know. But let's not assume. Let's not assume that everyone in the Philippines speak English, but most of us do. May bus bang galing airport papuntang syudad? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? May bus bang galing airport papuntang syudad? May bus bang galing airport papuntang syudad? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Well, if you are flying from Manila, the airport is actually in the middle of the city, so you don't really need a bus. I wouldn't really know because my family is very nice enough to always get me from the airport if I need to be coming from the airport in the Philippines. Thank you, family! Libre ba ang Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi free? In this day and age, I think this one is very important. Libre ba ang Wi-Fi? Libre ba ang Wi-Fi? This means, is the Wi-Fi free? Yeah, so like if you have your iPhone, iMac, I love you with you, then you might want to get a Wi-Fi. Meron ba kayong bakanting kwarto ngayong gabi? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Okay, here's another phrase you might want to know when you're asking at a hotel. Meron ba kayong bakanting kwarto ngayong gabi? Meron ba kayong bakanting kwarto ngayong gabi? This means, do you have any vacancies for tonight? So yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't reserve beforehand at the hotel, but in case you didn't, this is a good phrase you might want to remember. Pwede bang lumipat sa ibang kwarto? Could I move to a different room? Pwede bang lumipat sa ibang kwarto? Pwede bang lumipat sa ibang kwarto? Could I move to a different room? You never know. Maybe you have noisy neighbors, or you just feel like there's someone else in the room. Let's hope not. Then you might want to ask this question. May reservation ako. I have a reservation. May reservation ako. May reservation ako. I have a reservation. Yeah, it's very simple. Easy to remember. May, it sounds like the 5th month of the year. Reservation. Reservation. Ako. Me. May reservation ako. Pwedeng makahingi ng menu? Could we have the menu, please? Okay, so here's another one that I think you will find useful and would use a lot, since food is very cheap in the Philippines and you want to try a lot of restaurants. Pwedeng makahingi ng menu? Pwedeng makahingi ng menu? Could we have the menu, please? There you go. Eat to your heart's content. Try out all the restaurants you want and just don't go to McDonald's every time. Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I have the check? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I have the check? So usually there's a gesture in the Philippines for the check, and it's like this. It's like a rectangle. So when you do this to the waiter or waitress, whatever, then that means you want the bill. But you could also remember this word. You could also try and remember this phrase. Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Allergic ako sa mani. I'm allergic to peanuts. Okay, here's one very important travel phrase in case you're someone like this. Allergic ako sa mani. Allergic ako sa mani. I'm allergic to peanuts. Allergic is also the same in Filipino. So you just need to find the Filipino word for the thing that you're allergic to. Like in this case, peanuts is mani. Like maybe chicken. Chicken is manok. Allergic ako sa manok. Shrimp, maybe shrimp. Allergic ako sa hipon. Anyway, if you're allergic to something and you want to find out what it is in Filipino, perhaps maybe you could just put it in the comments and we'll try to help you out. Tubig po. Water, please. Here's another travel phrase you should know. Tubig po. Water, please. So here, po doesn't actually mean please. It's a polite particle. You add it to the sentence to make it sound polite, because you want to be polite when asking for water, since it's like free. You need to be polite. Magkano ito? How much is this? Magkano ito? Magkano ito? This means, how much is this? So yeah, definitely travel also means you want to go shopping. So you might want to remember this phrase. How much is this? Magkano ito? So ito actually is this. So it has to be somewhere near you. Gusto ko ng 10 nito. I'd like 10 of these. Okay, so if you want not just one of something, you could try using this one. Gusto ko ng 10 nito. Gusto ko ng 10 nito. This means I'd like 10 of these. 10 means 10. So if you replace 10 with another number, then you could make any sentence you want. For example, you want, 50. 50 is 50. So, gusto ko ng 50 nito. Or if you just want 3, you could say, gusto ko ng 3 nito. I don't know what these are. But if it's 10, maybe it's like some kind of souvenir, Pwede niyo ba akong bigyan ng discount? Could you give me a discount? Hey, another travel phrase you should know is, especially in the Philippines, and if you wanna have some bargain, pwede niyo ba akong bigyan ng discount? Pwede niyo ba akong bigyan ng discount? Could you give me a discount? So, here's a tip when you're trying to bargain for something, you don't just ask this. You should have a price in mind that you would like to offer them back. So it's more of like a negotiation, not like, oh, can you give me a discount? They'll probably ask you, so how much would you like to buy it for? So you have to be prepared for that and not just ask, give me a discount. It's like, you have to name your price as well. Tumatanggap ba kayo ng credit card? Do you take credit card? Here's another phrase that you might want to know when traveling. Tumatanggap ba kayo ng credit card? Tumatanggap ba kayo ng credit card? Do you take credit card? So yeah, like, of course, you just have a limited cash that you exchange. I mean, your currency for the local currency. So you might want to just spend the cash in the places that don't accept credit card. Or else you might really need it somewhere that doesn't accept anything else but cash and you didn't have it. So yeah, you might want to ask this question a lot. Nasaan ang istasyon ng tren? Where's the train station? Nasaan ang istasyon ng tren? Nasaan ang istasyon ng tren? Where's the train station? There's not really much train stations in the Philippines, but there's just like a few of them, maybe 20, 30, and they're only just in Metro Manila. So, but bus stations are also not that common. It's basically, maybe we should like make a whole video discussing transportation in the Philippines, because it's very complicated actually. It's not just like, hey, there's trains and stations. It's more of like, you need to know which buses take which route and how much it costs beforehand, because anyway, you need to be a real veteran to survive Philippine public transportation.
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
Salamat, pero sa totoo lang, hindi ako isang native speaker. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. If you start learning now, you'll be one of those few foreigners who can amaze Filipinos.
Next one is energy drink. It means energy drinks. Okay, you could use it in this sentence. Like, mahilig si Tom uminom ng energy drink. Which means Tom loves drinking energy drinks. I'd like to replace Tom with Ice. Ice likes to drink energy drinks. But Monster is my favorite one. Energy drinks. This is Filipino energy drink. It's called Cobra. And there's lots of flavors. Nalulumbay. This means lonely. Actually, this is quite like an old word. Like, it's kind of poetic even to say nalulumbay. It's just, it makes it look, it feels very dark. So if you have a friend, Carmen, who's lonely, then maybe you could use this sentence. Nalulumbay si Carmen ngayon, kaya pupuntahan ko siya. Nalulumbay si Carmen ngayon, kaya pupuntahan ko siya. Carmen is lonely now, so I will go to her. You're such a good friend. Carmen is very fortunate to have you. I feel like it's a very good thing to do for a friend who's lonely.
Our next word is porsyento. In English, percent. Ilang porsyento ang income tax sa Pilipinas? Ilang porsyento ang income tax sa Pilipinas? How much is the income tax percentage in the Philippines?
This is one of my favorite things in a restaurant. Tubig. Because, you know, in Philippines it's hot and it's like you just, like after walking around all day or doing shopping or something, then you just want to sit down and like get that like very refreshing cold water. Yeah. But not only is it refreshing, it's also good for you. So just like in this sentence, magtubig lang tayo kasi libre na, maganda pa para sa kalusugan. Magtubig lang tayo Kasi libre na, maganda pa para sa kalusugan. Let's just have water since it's free and it's good for the health. So, this is true. Water for life!
Ang Davao ang isa sa pinakamatiwasay na lungsod sa Pilipinas. Ang Davao ang isa sa pinakamatiwasay na lungsod sa Pilipinas. Davao is one of the safest cities in the Philippines. So I've been to Davao, I think twice. Really clean city. And the thing that I enjoyed most in Davao is tuna. Davao is known for tuna and durian, right? Also. And tuna there, it's very affordable and very, very good and very, very fresh. I was there with some of my Japanese colleagues and every day we're eating tuna. It's tuna. But we liked it. So we order like tuna belly or tuna cheek or tuna jaw or tuna head. It's the same thing. Like the entire tuna but chopped. So if you want to eat really good tuna and durian, please come to Davao. Gumamit na mga produktong eco-friendly, which means to use eco-friendly products. Ang pagdala ng tote bag sa pamimili sa grocery ay isang paraan ng paggamit ng produktong eco-friendly. Bringing a tote bag to the grocery store is a way of using eco-friendly products. Magsaya kasama ang mga kaibigan. In English, to have fun with friends. Mas mainam pang magsaya kasama ang mga kaibigan kaysa mag-party, magdamag. It's better to have fun with friends than to party all night. So much not funnier. But you can do anything that you want since it's summer. No one will judge you, it's summer. This is very useful actually if you're very enthusiastic to see your friend that you haven't seen since summer vacation. Next gift idea is magarbong kainan or fancy restaurant. Maraming magarbong kainan sa Manila. There are a lot of fancy restaurants in Manila. Online, you can buy vouchers, right, for discounted tickets, discounted prices for meals in different fancy restaurants. So I remember my brother when he had his, I don't know how old he is, but when he treated us for his birthday, he bought some vouchers online for this very fancy restaurant. So we went there and then it was his treat. And he saved a lot of money. And then we ate a lot, actually. So you can buy those things online. There's so many places online, Philippine websites, right, that they sell those gift certificates and vouchers. Salamat or thank you.
Can I borrow money? Guess not. I know this word is a favorite for a lot of people, but I think a lot of people also want to know what this sentence is in Filipino. Wala akong pera. Wala akong pera. Which means I have no money. So I cannot treat you anything. But if we have love, that's enough, I think.
How do you express agreement in Filipino? You say, oo, which means yes. Very simple. For example, there's an older person talking to you and you want to say yes, you should be a bit more polite and say opo. So what if you want to say no? Then you use hindi. Or if you want to be polite, you say hindi po. So say you have a friend who asks you, do you want to drink with me all night, have party all night, you know, those kind of things. And then you say, yeah, fine, okay. So in Filipino, you say, sige, gamitin, to use. So for example, I don't know where you can use actually you can use gamitin a lot. For example, let's use it in a proper sentence. Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin ang may nakasulat na bawal gamitin. So in English, we can say, we can't use the ones which are marked don't use. I have a pretty straightforward, don't use it. If you did something really, really bad, then we use patawad. I'm sorry, lumabas, or to go out. So you want to ask permission from your parents before you go out. How do we say it in Filipino? Magpaalam ka muna sa iyong mga magulang bago ka lumabas. Ask permission from your parents before you go out. Someday, kids, you will be parents too. Nasaan ang CR? Or, to be polite, because even at that time, you have to be polite, even if it's like really urgent. you have to be polite. You say, nasaan po ang CR? The next verb is magtrabaho or to work. So for example, you want to say, as much as possible, I don't want to work overtime. In Filipino, you can tell your boss, ayaw kong magtrabaho ng overtime hanggat maaari. Mag, it's the way you conjugate verbs, but it's in Filipino. And then trabaho comes from the Spanish word trabajo. So if you say to your boss, because your boss is asking you, where is the report? You want to say, wait a moment. So you say, sandali lang po. So your friends came over to your house and you haven't taken a bath. You haven't fixed yourself. And then your friends just want to go out to have fun. But you want to say, wait a moment, wait a minute. Give me like an hour or something to at least get ready. So you would say, sandali lang. So next verb is maramdaman or to feel. For example, you really are irritated with a person and you don't want the person to feel that you're irritated with him or her. So if you want to say in English, I don't want her to feel that I'm frustrated, then you would say in Filipino, ayaw kong maramdaman niya ang inis ko sa kanya. But I think you have to approach her and tell her that you are frustrated. So go ahead and tell her. After dinner, you want to pay because it's your treat, because you forced your friends to eat adobo. So you would ask the waitress or the waiter for the check. So how do you say it in Filipino? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I get the check, please? Or, if you cannot remember all these, just simply do this. Mag-iwan. It actually means to leave something. You want to say in Filipino, mag-iwan ka ng 500 pesos or ng 500 piso para pambili ng pagkain. In English, please leave 500 pesos to buy food. It's the end of the day and you've had fun with your friends. So you tell your friends, oh, okay, bye. See you again soon. Which in Filipino is hanggang sa muli. But in regular conversations, you don't really say this. We tend to say, see you, or sige.
In this video, you'll learn 3 reasons you're never too old to learn a language, and you'll also learn 3 ways our learning system can help people of all ages to study efficiently. Number 1, seniors have better focus. Learning a new language in your 50s or 60s may actually be easier than learning as a teenager or young adult. More mature adults can better focus on the details necessary to master a new language. Older people are also often more dedicated to their goals and put more work into achieving them. Seniors are better able to focus on completing lessons and reaching goals. There are a lot of distractions out there these days for young people. There's everything from Facebook to Instagram and all the usual drama of daily life at work and at school. Seniors are typically less concerned with these kinds of things and are better at focusing on tasks until completion. This is extremely important for language study, where regular practice and attention to detail are key. Not only are you never too old to learn, you may have some advantages over younger learners. Our language learning program has a number of special tools to make learning a new language in your 50s or 60s easy. You'll use the same resources as a tech-savvy teenager. Number 2, learning is vital to healthy and happy living. Learning is actually vital to your health. Doing things like playing word games, doing puzzles, and even using online platforms like Luminosity do help keep the mind nimble. But nothing compares to learning a second language in terms of health benefits for your mind. Learning another language may be one of the very best retirement hobbies you can pick up. You can also apply your second language knowledge when you travel. Number 3, there are health benefits to learning new things after the age of 60. Learning a second language increases the number of neural pathways in the brain. Forging these new neural pathways helps you code and sort the new language you are learning. In addition, there are other brain health benefits associated with learning a new language. Here's a list of benefits bilingual people can enjoy. Higher overall general intelligence, better memory and memorization skills, better perception of surroundings, better focus, concentration, and attention to detail. So in a very real way, learning a new language is one of the best and most practical retirement hobbies you can find because it helps protect against cognitive decline as you age. Now let's talk about how our language learning program has methods to make sure you can start learning in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. Number 1, we have an intuitive, easy-to-use system. Learning in old age doesn't have to be hard or irritating. It can and should be fun. From your very first lesson, we'll make sure you're speaking fluently every day. You can start and stop each lesson as many times as you want. Study when you want, where you want, and at the pace you decide. Number 2, you'll find special tools to boost retention and performance. As we mature, learning to use the right tools is vital to getting jobs done fast and right. So we make it easier than ever to make learning in old age fun and rewarding with a wide range of tools to boost retention and performance, including spaced repetition flashcards, so you can learn vocab fast. Line-by-line audio transcripts, so you can read along with each lesson. Pronunciation and accent review. Instructor lesson notes. Review quizzes. 2,000 core words, enough for fluency. You are truly never too old to learn, with more than 20 tools and resources to help boost learning and performance. Number 3, you'll get support every step of the way. Although you may never be too old to learn, it doesn't hurt to have a little help along the way. Our language learning system has helped thousands of seniors learn and master a new language with help and support at every step. We offer 24/7 assistance. Just send us an email. We have dedicated language experts standing by to help you with any problem or issue you may be experiencing. There is also instructor feedback. Have specific questions about a lesson or your progress? You can directly email instructors and get direct responses to any question you may have about your studies or lessons. Or try studying with your very own instructor. Members of our exclusive Premium Plus plan not only get a custom curriculum tailored to their very own goals, they also gain access to their very own language instructor. Learning in old age isn't just a luxury. It's crucial to helping avoid the onset of Alzheimer's, dementia, and other age-related cognitive issues. Specifically, learning another language helps increase overall intelligence and improve awareness, memory, and overall cognitive function. So not only are you never too old to learn a new language for health reasons, it's a great way to meet new people and start adventures. Want to cut your language studying time in half? In this video, you'll discover how learning a language using PDF lessons is convenient, efficient, and can help you cut your studying time nearly in half. Many people give up on their dream of learning a second language because traditional classroom instruction is too much of a hassle. Between getting to class, studying on someone else's schedule, and just the sheer expense of the books and tuition, traditional learning can be tough. Many people simply give up. Online classes are an option, but sometimes limited data plans can derail the dream of learning a new language. Fortunately, there is a solution: learning language using PDF lesson notes. Let's take a closer look at how studying language lessons in PDF format can help you reach your dream in about half the time of normal video or audio lessons. First, print all lessons and PDF tools and take them with you anywhere. Sometimes a tiny smartphone screen just isn't adequate, especially when you're trying to learn something new. The great thing about PDF lessons is that they can be quickly printed and taken anywhere after you download them. In fact, printing out lessons in PDF format can actually save you time when compared to going through the material on a smartphone with a small screen, even with the extra printing time. Second, they're a great study tool to boost retention and mastery. Studying video or audio lessons online is a great way to learn a language because students can play and rewind sections as many times as needed until the lesson is mastered. But when you review the same lessons again in PDF format, an incredible thing happens. Your retention dramatically improves. Thanks to time-spaced repetition, seeing the information again in written format helps reinforce the information in your mind and improves both retention and recall. The benefits of learning a language using PDF lessons quickly add up to significant time savings for you, your data plan, and your dream of learning a new language. Third, all lessons in PDF format include in-depth instructor notes. We have thousands of HD video and audio lessons, and each one includes a PDF version with a line-by-line transcript, so you can read along with the lesson as it appears online. In addition to the line-by-line transcript, all lessons include in-depth instructor notes with more information, sample sentences, explanations, and translations. The additional information and notes help you learn faster and with greater mastery than using the video or audio lessons alone. And when paired with language learning video games, video and audio lessons, or other study aids, our PDF lessons help you reach your dream of learning a new language faster and easier than many traditional classroom settings. Fourth, you can download the world's largest online collection of lessons by real instructors. Planning on going on vacation and don't know if you'll have reliable internet service? If you're learning through PDF lessons, it's not a problem. Once you download lessons in PDF format to your smartphone, PC, or favorite media device, they are yours to use and keep forever. Once downloaded, you can either print out or access your lessons in PDF format, regardless of internet access. When you consistently learn through PDF lessons, the time savings and benefits quickly compound. From quicker access to faster learning, PDF lessons can potentially reduce total study time required to learn a concept. Our PDF lessons include instructor notes and supplemental resources that help you learn faster and with less effort. Does having a study partner help you learn a language faster? For most people, having a friend or romantic partner who is a native speaker of their target language dramatically improves their ability to master the language. In this video, we'll talk about some ways to help you build relationships with people. We'll also talk about 3 reasons having a native speaker partner can improve your language fluency. First, knowing a native speaker helps you better understand the culture. Knowing a native speaker gets you connected with the culture in ways that no lessons or textbooks ever could. Native speakers are better informed about the latest slang expressions and know interesting places to eat and hang out. Having a friend or partner who is a native speaker can dramatically improve your understanding of the language. In addition to language, you can learn about cultural practices, gestures, and relationships. Second, having a native speaker partner increases your exposure to the language. Practice makes perfect is a well-known expression that is certainly true for language learning. When you have a friend, romantic partner, or study buddy, you speak to them through text messages, phone calls, and basic interaction. These are all opportunities for you to practice the language. Making an effort to practice will help your vocabulary quickly expand beyond simple greetings, flirtatious words, and basic comments to deeper, more meaningful conversations. Third, a supportive partner is the best study aid you can find. We all make mistakes, especially when trying to learn a new language. But if you have a supportive partner, they can gently point out your mistakes and help you find better ways to express yourself. And if your native speaker study partner is also your romantic partner, your motivation will likely be even higher than someone who does not have a romantic relationship with a native speaker. Now, let's look at 3 ways our language learning program helps you learn even faster if you have a native speaker partner. First, all resources and materials are available in English and in your target language. Studying with a partner is special because it's an opportunity for both of you to learn a new language. That's why every single lesson, transcript, vocabulary list, and resource on our website is available in English and in your target language. You can learn from each other. Second, lessons are designed to help you understand and engage with culture. On our website, our focus is to help our students learn practical vocabulary and phrases that are actually used in everyday conversation. This means that from your very first lesson, you can start applying what you learn immediately. So if you want to go out to a restaurant, play games, or attend a social function with your partner, you'll have the vocabulary and phrases necessary to have a great time. Third, access to special resources dedicated to romantic phrases. If your study partner is your romantic partner, we have resources to help you communicate your feelings correctly. Our language learning program has special sections and tools to teach you love words, phrases, and cultural insights. Of course, please remember that simply being in a relationship is no substitute for studying. Communication is key to every relationship, whether romantic or not. If you fail to continue expanding your vocabulary and you stop learning the language on your own, your relationships may suffer or fizzle out. Without question, spending time with native speakers can help you dramatically improve your language proficiency. But this is no replacement for focused studying. It's essential to help facilitate better communication and master the language. Want to transform your driving time into language learning time? How much time do you spend in your car every day? 30 minutes? More than an hour? Why not put this huge amount of time to good use? Instead of just listening to the radio during your daily commute, you could be learning a new language instead. Here are 3 easy methods for learning a language in your car. You can put them to use right away with the help of our language learning program. First, you can listen to fun audio lessons by real teachers. Listening to lessons while in the car allows you to focus on the road as you listen and learn. In every one of our 3 to 15-minute lessons, our teachers teach you conversations, new phrases, and cultural points. Audio is the only learning medium that lets you learn and drive safely at the same time, so take advantage of all our audio lessons available. Second, you can set your lessons on autoplay and go hands-free. Our autoplay feature lets you keep your hands on the wheel without even reaching for your device. Just set your lessons to autoplay one by one with our Innovative Language 101 app, and never have to interrupt your focus on driving to switch to a new lesson. Third, you can repeat out loud and speak from your very first lesson. You want to speak a new language too, right? Well, you'll start learning conversations minutes into your lessons. All you have to do is listen and repeat out loud. Our teachers take you step by step through all of the words, phrases, translations, and grammar points. You're even prompted to speak out loud and repeat. The result? You understand it all and can speak your new language. Turn your commute into language learning time and have fun at the same time. Learning doesn't have to be a big commitment, like signing up for a college class. It can be fun and easy. In fact, it's as easy as pressing play. Our language learning programs will do the work for you. And with the exposure you get while driving on your daily commute, you'll be speaking and understanding real-life language quickly. The best part? You can finally learn without even changing your schedule. So if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! The 3 powerful language learning lessons you'll pick up at the gym. And today, you're going to learn 1. How to approach your goals, 2. How to find time to learn a language, and 3. Why you don't need the best possible routine or learning program. So, if you've ever spent time in the gym, you'll quickly see how similar training and language learning are. But before we move on, listen up. Here are this month's new lessons and resources. First, want to perfect your pronunciation? Then get our new pronunciation PDF cheat sheet right now. You'll learn how to sound like a native speaker and how to practice your pronunciation. Second, do you know the 7 tested ways to learn language fast? With this new ebook, you'll learn how to use our learning system to speak better, remember more words, and improve fast. Download it for free right now. Third, 20 useful phrases for a hair salon. Would you be able to get a haircut in your target language? If you said no, then this 1-minute lesson is just what you need. Fourth, 20 phrases for doing business successfully. If you're learning the language for work, this 1-minute lesson is for you. You'll learn the 20 most common greetings, phrases, and questions for business meetings. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. The 3 powerful language learning lessons you'll pick up at the gym. The first lesson is how to approach your goals and language learning. So, why are we talking about the gym? The gym is a great example because it's filled with people working on their goals, and it gives you a snapshot of where most people are with their goals. And everyone there has one goal, to be fit. But not everyone is there yet. You have a few people that look like fitness models. Then you have around 20 or 30 people that have good, respectable physiques, the middle group. And then the rest of the people are still working their way up. It's motivating because everyone has a chance of succeeding. If you've been to the gym, you understand the importance of repetition, doing reps. A rep is the number of times you do a certain exercise. Like 15 push-ups is 15 reps of push-ups. So even people still working toward their goals have a chance of succeeding if they put in the reps. If they do a little bit a day over a long period of time, they'll get there. The process is simple. The more you do, the longer you stick with it, the more progress you make. And the same goes for learning language or any other goal in life. It's about putting in the reps a little bit a day, consistently, for a long period of time. If you want to get bigger muscles, you pick up a dumbbell and you do reps. If you want to learn more words, you do the reps. 5 new words a day. So, what can you do right now? For example, if you're using our program, just do 1 lesson a day. If you have a textbook, do 1 page a day. If you're using an app, put in 5 minutes a day. Again, everyone has a chance to succeed. They just need to put in the reps, and they need to make the time. This is where the second lesson comes in. You'll learn how to find and make time to learn a language. There's a reason the people you see at the gym daily, and especially the people you see at 10 p.m. on a Friday, are the ones with above-average results. They're the most consistent. But how do they get that level of consistency? There tend to be 3 types of people. First, the people that have plenty of free time, so it's a non-issue for them. Second, the busier people. They make time regardless of what their schedule is like, meaning they show up at 1 a.m. just to fit in a session, or they cancel other plans to make time. And third, the people who have made it a habit. They're so used to going that they don't have to think about it. Ideally, you want to be in the third group with language learning. But most people fall into the second group. The truth is that to make time, they have to cancel other plans. Some wake up earlier to squeeze in a session in the a.m. Some go late at night. It's the same exact thing with language learning. You make time. The good news with language learning is you don't need to open up a lesson at 1 a.m. and put in an hour. With our learning program, you'll get our quick but powerful 3 to 15-minute audio and video lessons. And because the lessons are short, you can easily make time. You can do a lesson on your commute or while walking somewhere. Imagine learning a quick conversation while on your way to the store. Finally, the third language learning lesson you'll learn at the gym is why you don't need the best possible routine to get results. Have you ever heard a friend say, "I have to start the right way. It has to be perfect"? Well, this is a disastrous way to start anything, whether fitness or language learning. And most learners spend a lot of time worrying about starting right, instead of just starting and keeping at it. But the point is, if you start learning from a textbook and stick with it, you'll get results. You'll improve your reading, vocabulary, and grammar. Of course, it won't get you speaking. You'll only get good at what you focus on. But the fact is, you'll still make progress. Same with the gym. If you start off with bicep curls, you'll see progress in time. But at some point, you'll need to add in legs as well. You can't skip leg day. So here's what you can learn. Here's what smart beginners do. They don't look for the best way to start, they just start and keep going. And once they have a consistent routine, they start optimizing. They improve their routine. If you start taking 1 lesson a day and can easily maintain that routine, then you might eventually realize that you want to practice speaking. You need to shadow that lesson's conversation. So you add shadowing to your routine, and that's how you grow. Same thing with the gym. The smart beginners make sure they do their reps and come in as much as possible. And doing the basics is enough for them to build muscle. Later on, they'll start adjusting their exercises and adding new ones. But you'll never get to that point if you overthink yourself into inaction and don't build that habit. So as long as you start and continue, most starting routines and learning methods are good enough. You don't need the best possible one right now. You could have the best possible language learning program, but if you don't use it consistently, it's useless. All right, so today you learned 1. How to approach your goals, 2. How to find time to learn a language, and 3. Why you don't need the best possible routine or learning program. Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the free lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to speak more of your target language, talking points for language learners. And today you're going to learn 1. What talking points are, 2. 5 talking points you can use to start conversations and maximize your speaking time, and 3. How to get our conversation cheat sheets so you can speak even more of your target language. And you'll find out how to get them for free. If you've always wanted to speak more in your target language, then this episode is for you. I'll get into this in just a bit. If you're like most language learners, then your #1 goal is to speak more, right? You want to have fluent conversations with natives. It's a great goal to have. But for most language learners, speaking also happens to be their weakest skill. You may not know enough of the language to express yourself. You tend to run out of words and things to say, and you're just not sure how to start conversations. If you have at least one of these issues, then talking points are just what you need. Part 1. What's a talking point? A talking point is a topic that invites discussion or argument. In other words, just something to talk about. It could be about yourself, your work, your hobbies, the weather, food, or what you did this past weekend. All of these are talking points. Here's an example to help you better understand talking points. Think of a conversation you'd have with a friend. You can ask, "What did you do this weekend?" They'll reply and then ask you back. The talking point here is the weekend. Let's say your friend says they went to a restaurant. That's a natural talking point to explore next. You can ask, "What kind of restaurants do you like?" Now you've covered 2 talking points. The more talking points you have, the more you can speak. And the same goes for your target language. The only challenge is you need to know the relevant words and phrases for that topic. For example, if you want to talk about the weekend, you need to know phrases and questions like, "What did you do this weekend?" "I did this." "What about you?" In the next part, you'll discover 5 easy talking points that you can master with our learning program. Let's get into Part 2. Part 2. 5 talking points you can use. The first one is, learn how to introduce yourself in your target language. Why is this a powerful talking point? Introducing yourself is something you'll do again and again, every time you meet someone new. So learning the relevant phrases is a must. If you've done the first few lessons on our site, you can already do this. If not, then check out our absolute beginner lessons and the top 25 questions you must know lessons. You'll learn basic conversations with our quick 3 to 15-minute lessons. We'll give you the exact lines to use, along with the translations, so that you can use them in conversations. You can also use this talking point to continue a conversation. For example, if you've started with a different point, like the weather, then it makes sense to say, "By the way, my name is..." Talking point number 2, the weather. This is a universal talking point. People like to talk or complain about the weather all over the world. In fact, just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation with a native speaker. If you want to talk about the weather, check out our can-do lesson pathway called Can Talk About Weather. You'll find this pathway in the absolute beginner level of our lesson library. Talking point number 3, compliments. Compliments are another great way to start a conversation or continue one. If you're running out of things to say, you can quickly transition and say something about their city, their country, or just, "Hey, I like your shirt." If you want to learn how to compliment, check out our compliments phrase list. This list is free to access for all users. If you don't know where to find it on our site, leave a comment in the comments below and we'll follow up. Point number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions or about the price and let the conversation go from there. These are very basic phrases that you learn in our survival phrases lessons. If you want to strike up a quick dialogue, this is a great talking point to use. Point number 5, learn phrases for transactions, like getting a room at a hotel, shopping, ordering food, or telling the taxi driver where to go. You may think that this isn't much of a talking point, but for the learners that are shy about talking to random native speakers for no reason, this is an easy way to start a dialogue. You have a good excuse. You want to buy something, so the staff will be happy to respond. Again, you learn all of these with our survival phrases lessons. Okay, let's move on to our last part. Part 3, how to get our conversation cheat sheets. Lastly, I'm going to tell you how to get our collection of conversation cheat sheets for free. With these cheat sheets, you'll be able to talk about all kinds of topics: travel, hobbies, dating, family, weather, and much more, which means you can master a lot of talking points and speak more of your target language. If you'd like to get these cheat sheets, please leave us a comment in the comment section. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to double your speaking time in your target language. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.